We're here today with something, I guess it is something new.
It is new, technically.
It's a little bit new. It's a relaunch.
Yes.
As you know, we release patterns now in sizes 6 to 30, but back in the day, we used to only release them in sizes 8 to 20, so we really like to revisit the older catalogue and give those patterns a bit of love and also grade them up to our full size range.
Yes.
And we've kind of been doing a couple a year, I think, for the last however many years it's been since we started.
3 or 4
years.
More, 4 years.
So, obviously, the time is here to introduce you to another pattern that's joining the full extended size range, and it is a pattern that's been asked for a lot. It's shot to the top of the list. So if you email us and say, I'd really love to see this pattern in the extended size range, we do listen.
We do, definitely.
We've got a whole list.
So the last one we did was the Leah dress, which was requested a lot, as was the beautiful Amelia jacket.
Yes, so the time has come. It's coincidentally, it wasn't on purpose, but coincidentally another of the Lisa Comfort magazine patterns.
Yes, like Leah. Yeah,
Leah
that's so
was. And Amelia came out in, I think, the last Lisa Comfort magazine, and that was in 2019. So she's been a part of the collection for a long while.
Yeah.
But after 5 years, she deserved a bit of a glow up.
She did, she did. And so we've obviously extended the sizing, graded her up, which is great, but also that's not everything. She's had a bit of a facelift in terms of instructions, hasn't she?
Yes, she has. So we have tweaked the instructions a little bit. Been working with Julie in more ways than one that we'll talk about in a little bit.
Julie who drafted this,
exactly.
maybe? Yes.
So part of the thing was when patterns came out in the magazines, there's very limited space for instructions, and sometimes we had to be quite brief.
Yeah.
So we've gone through them again, and there's some bits that have been moved around a little bit, zhuzhed up. We've got the nice colour booklet, like we're doing with all our new releases now, with links to relevant stitch call tutorials, and also with like inspo photos again, and it just really looks nice and pretty.
Aren't they? But you still get the black and white instructions as well. If you're someone who likes to print them out, you don't want to waste all the colour ink. You still get both basically. But it's nice to have the zhuzhed up instruction booklet. And the other thing that is new
is it what I've been working on a lot for the last few weeks?
Yes, so much.
We should say, if to get hold of these new files, if you've already purchased Amelia in any form, in the magazine or as a standalone pattern, have a look in your account. It's all updated there for you. But it's your lucky day. If you are a Stitch School subscriber, a premium subscriber, then we have a brand new workshop all about Amelia. It's called Make a Vintage Jacket, Amelia Jacket, and it is taught by Julie, and I think it's one of the most in-depth workshops we've produced.
You had to add an extra day.
I know,
right?
I was going to say that. So often I'll plan out the classes. Sometimes I'm teaching them, sometimes I'm not. But when someone else is teaching them, it's not like I write out things word for word.
No, of course. It's not scripted. It's planned. You know, the chapters, for example.
Exactly. But I think what's nice about it is that each teacher brings their own thing to the class. Did Julie bring some things? She brought so much that we had to do an extra day's film because she's crammed in so much information into that class. So it teaches you how to make Amelia.
From start to finish.
But also, I think something that we weren't fully planning on doing but has come out of it is that we made Emily's sample, which will put
pictures up. It's gorgeous.
And that was in a lovely wool. And the class sort of developed into a class that's all about working with wool as well.
Ooh.
So
that's transferable into coat making of many kinds. So
exactly. It's almost like a beginner's guide to working with wool as well. It's completely perfect if you're not using wool. You'll still learn how to sew up Amelia and lots of little techniques. But if you are thinking of making a cozy wool version, then there's so much little sort of mini tailoring things, a lot about pressing.
Julie's very good at that.
In wool.
That's so nice. Well, while we're on the subject of wool, we have 2 samples here actually that are made in wool. This was made by Jemima actually as her own. It wasn't even a sample. She just made it because she loved it. A few years ago, I'm going to say, and it is so beautiful.
Really nice.
I'm sad that she's not here to talk about it herself, but we're just going to pick her up because it's beautifully made. It's like a herringbone wool, and look at the lining.
So pretty.
It's gorgeous. It's so pretty. Which is a crepe, I'm going to say. It's lovely and light, and the contrast is gorgeous. I'm wearing maybe the original sample,
the OG.
right? The OG, which is again herringbone, actually. I hadn't noticed. So a wool again, and inside I have like intended as a lining fabric.
Yeah,
so it's a bit shiny, official lining fabric. But we like using different things as lining.
Yeah, go
We've used all sorts. But this is quite a classic, I guess. Polka dot, you can find it quite often as a lining fabric.
That's true.
It's not completely plain.
No, you still got a bit of something in there.
But yeah, so wool is definitely ideal. The clasp will help you a lot if you're using wool. But we've seen versions in corduroy, in canvas.
Yes, like cotton drills, cotton twills.
We've seen, and we want to make many of in brocade.
Yes. Oh,
how
jazzy.
Gorgeous would this look in a brocade?
Yeah.
And actually, backtracking a little bit, this is my bad. I was meant to say it earlier, but just some details about Amelia. We'll put some line drawings up so you can see as well. But she is a cropped jacket, bomber jacket inspired by the 1940s.
Yes.
Inspired by Amelia Earhart.
Yes.
Lovely. So a bit of military style going on in there as well. She's cropped. She's basically ends at the natural waist.
Yeah.
And we have elastic in the cuffs. We have elastic at the waist, and a really nice big old zip, and then a collar, a flat collar. And so those are the details. Now, yes, she is cropped. That is the style.
Absolutely.
You could potentially lengthen her a little bit.
Yes.
Yes.
We're going to bring it back to Julia. Yes. When she came in to film the class, she brought a version she'd made, and she had lengthened it, and it had the band around the bottom, but it didn't have elastic in it.
So
it was
a little
just
bit
slightly
looser.
boxy and slightly longer. And
That's
I don't
nice.
think she put elastic in the cuffs either, and it totally worked.
It worked. But what I will say for the very cropped version is that it is ideal on top of dresses. It's perfect on, lots of our dresses that are that have a waist seam or come in at the waist.
Yeah.
This is exactly the jacket you want with it. And I will say I wear mine, which I'll show you in a second, but I wear mine a lot with my maxi dresses.
Yeah.
Because I really don't like wearing a longish coat with a dress that continues below it.
Yeah, you feel swamped
You
sometimes.
feel swamped. You feel exactly like you're suddenly Whereas the little Amelia bringing it in here and then a flowy maxi dress, I love that look.
Yes.
It's really good.
Yeah, that's very cute.
And if you're making Amelia in a wool, she's warm enough.
Oh my goodness,
as
so
a coat,
cozy.
basically.
So cozy. And you went an extra mile with your version to make it even cozier.
Even cozier. I used the wool on the outside and then a contrast teddy fabric, which was actually a blanket. Don't tell anyone. I bought it as a blanket. So nice and economical. The only thing to note about this is that I did size up one.
Oh, really?
Because the lining
quite
fabric is suddenly bulky. Usually you use, something nice and slim. So I just thought this is going to take up space, and Amelia is fitted.
Yeah.
So I just sized up one, but it totally works. And I didn't put elastic in the cuff, just because, again, the fabric was bulkier, so I didn't want it to look too scrunched up.
Yeah.
But these are all choices you can make. Put the elastic, don't put the elastic. And the lining like this, this is full of winter. I can still wear this. Like, it's
super
proper
cozy.
hot, proper warm. So lots of choices. But then, if you wanted something that's more like springtime, go for the canvas, go for the needle cord.
Exactly. It'll be nice and kind of just chuck onable.
Yeah.
For want of a better word. Especially with the weather at the moment, you're literally not sure what it's going to do when you walk out the door in the UK at the moment. I was freezing this morning. Now I'm too hot.
Same. She's a good one for that. She's it's an intermediate pattern.
Yes, that's a very good point. Yeah, it is intermediate because you've got the zip going on. You have to shorten the zip.
Usually. Yes, you do. Yes,
And obviously in the class there's lots of help with that, but
Nice.
that's definitely a skill that's more of an intermediate skill than a confident beginner.
Yeah, for sure.
But otherwise it's not a particularly hard sew. It's just one of those ones you're going to want to take step by step.
Take a little bit of
Yeah.
time, and it's a nice
Oh.
jacket. Like, you want to take your time and get it right. And if you want someone to help you along every step, the workshop is the ideal thing. So if you're not a Stitch School subscriber, you could either join us, get a premium subscription, and you'll automatically get the Amelia jacket and over 30 other patterns, just like that. Just because we love you. Otherwise, you could just buy the workshop as a one-off and you get the pattern. Or you can just buy the pattern.
Yeah.
So lots of ways to get the Amelia jacket. And she is, I think she's quite unique. There's not many jackets like this around.
No, I don't think so.
in terms of
I think she's
patterns.
something special.
Yeah, I agree. And she's beautiful. The finish, like this lining, the possibilities of the lining, I think.
I
make her
know.
really
I
special.
sometimes think linings are more exciting than the outer when you're making a coat or a jacket.
Yeah, 'cause
Just
people
have that
will
little
see it.
secret, like.
Yeah. It's beautiful, and the colour is lovely. It's really nice, like ready for a mission.
Yeah.
I just love her. It's such a great little pattern. Great new workshop, really exciting new workshop.
Really good.
She's sizes 6 to 30 now. She's intermediate. She's so versatile with the fabrics.
What more could you want?
What more could you want? And because she's been around for a bit, the hashtag on Instagram is already full with some truly gorgeous versions that people have made. So go and check it out. It's hashtag SOI Amelia Jacket. There's honestly some stunning
endless
pieces in there. And in terms of styling, I think, on dresses she's ideal, but I've also worn it with, and I'll put some pictures up, with my Nina trousers, for example. So high-waisted trouser with Amelia. Very nice.
That's it. It works really well with sort of jeans as well, ultimate trousers.
Yeah, on what you're wearing,
With
which is what
Carly.
Emily had it. So the Carly dress with Amelia, very nice, because
Really nice.
Carly, I think, is nice
Still got
and
that
fitted,
slim.
so yeah, it's cute.
Can't go wrong. No excuses.
No
everyone.
excuses.
No excuses.
Go and make Amelia. We obviously love her. You already love her because she's been around for a little bit, but hopefully now more of you will love her.
Yes.
And she'll have another moment in the spotlight,
Yes,
right?
yeah. Come on, Amelia, it's your time.
It's your time to fly, eh? But hopefully you can see lots of versions on the hashtag as mentioned. Go on the product page. We've reshot her, so there's brand new pictures, and on a lovely model, Emily, who looks stunning in hers, honestly, and lots of other versions. And then you can go and have a look at the workshop. You can go and have a look at the content that will be on the grid very soon. I'm sure we'll be talking about Amelia for a long time. And let us know what you think. Are you thinking of making her? Had you requested her?
Yeah.
Maybe you're one of the people who had requested her. And give this video a like, subscribe to our channel, and we will see you again very, very soon.
Bye.
Bye.